Welcome to today's vlog. Today I've just received this. It's taken its time, but it's finally here. Go ahead and we'll unbox this. Right, we'll go ahead and unbox this. There is my new phone. Let's have a look. Take that off. It's actually really nice so far. Put that there, inside the box. We have, of course, a cable, USB-C to USB-C, and a bunch of manuals, and probably a SIM holder, which is perfect, because it means I can now transfer my SIM. Now, if I remember rightly, press and hold that button to the side, and we should see the Apple logo. Perfect. Now we're just going to wait for that to boot up. And I probably will charge it as well, because, of course, being how it is, it's probably needing some charge. Well, I think we'll go ahead and do this. We're not gonna, I could set up with another device, but I'm not going to. So I'm without device, perfect. And I'm gonna connect to our Wi-Fi network. And of course, we've got to accept the data privacy, choose my adult. We'll set up Face ID, which is what I'm going to do now. Yup. Look at that. Perfect. Okay. Nope. Face ID is now set up. Now I'll set up a password. Perfect. And I'm not going to transfer anything. And I will sign in to an Apple account. After unboxing my phone and setting it up, it was time that I headed out for a customer visit. Well, I'm currently heading off to a customer who requires my assistance because their PC isn't booting once again. This, I believe, is probably one of the 7 calls that I've had about this. Microsoft sent out an update recently that has bricked a lot of machines. Now it's just a hopeful case that we can get a lot of this done. So, yeah. All I'm going to say though is that I'm following a farmer. Yeah. I don't like the smell of tractors, especially when they stink of really smelly farms. My word. Okay. Anyway, let's go off to this customer. Let's see if we can give them some assistance. Let's see if we can help them out and try and resolve their issues. And if so, that will be helpful. If not, well, we'll see what we can do. I'm just managing to fix this ASUS ZenBook that I went out to today. Unfortunately, it had exactly the same issue, but the good news is we found the fix for ASUS issues. Basically, Windows sent out an update that changes one of the settings inside the BIOS under the advanced system settings for one of the ZMB settings. Basically, it's a way to ZMB is a fun little system, but if you enable it, it means the SSD can no longer be detected in Windows, so Windows wouldn't even boot up, hence the reason why majority of people are having this many issues. So I'm just setting this laptop up right this second, getting everything all worked through, and then once that's done, we will then move on to setting up the PC for Linux Mint, because I want to use Linux Mint while I'm at the office rather than Windows, because I'm sorry, that PC can't run Windows to save its life. It's just too slow. So Linux Mint, so much easier, it runs a lot faster. Nearly all of the devices in here was running Linux Mint anyway, so having Linux Mint on my PC, just be perfect. So I'm just getting that done now. That's installing there, and on this PC, I'm just going to make sure that BitLocker doesn't go ahead and try and encrypt this drive with this account, because if it does, I'm not going to be happy, because this is just our customer account that we have set up to make sure things go through. So I want to just have a quick look, see how BitLocker. Okay, perfect, that's done. Right, now what I need to do is just do a quick driver update. Go into Device Manager, and we'll just check to make sure everything is all running on this PC and that there is no issues. This is touchscreen. Yeah, everything has reinstalled. Perfect. Touchscreen's working. That's exactly what I want to see. Perfect. So now it's just a case of, let's also just make sure Windows is also now reinstalled correctly, because of course we did change Windows, so I always like to double check that Windows itself is activated on here, which it is showing as activated. Yep, showing as activated. Perfect. Right, now we can go into BitLocker and just double check that. And of course it's going to ask for Windows Store because it needs a Windows 11 Pro key, so it's a Windows 11 Home that I've got installed at the moment. How do they have BitLocker installed by oh, it's going to be that one. Okay, I'm going to have to check with the customer and see if they want to have that upgraded tomorrow, but absolutely fine. That PC is now done and dusted. Now just wait for that PC. So I thought I'd record this next segment actually on the iPhone. You know, I've been using my Insta360 Go 3S like no tomorrow, but sometimes you just need to, you know, use a different camera, and I thought now is a better opportunity. Why not use a different camera? Now we're back at home in the old stable environment with which we can control the lighting, which I tell you what, the lighting was much better when I'm at the office with the lighting and the windows open, the blinds open. It was unbelievable, but this is much better. Now I am using the front facing camera in the cinematic mode for recording, so I don't know how this sounds. Hopefully it sounds perfect because it's a new phone. The only thing that I've had go wrong with it so far is Facebook. I can't log into. It just says unexpected error code when I tap I am not a robot. Surprisingly, I'm not a robot, even though a bit of caricatures that came out in yesterday's thumbnail I kind of uploaded to the VIP area is just crazy. If you want to see them, become a VIP, twitch.tv/Eddie'sLife247. They're also going to become emotes over on Twitch as well, so that could be an opportunity for you to use them as well. There are also stickers as well that you can also use as well on Discord, which can be quite fun to use, and that means you're sharing out the Eddie's Life 24/7 brand, which is helpful. And maybe I might make them as stickers and physical items that you can actually purchase at some point, but not just yet. But I wanted to just have this chat with you using the iPhone and give you the exact quality. I am going to reduce this down to about 40% as I have been with this, so you can tell the difference between the two audio volumes, and I will probably include a section in a second that will be normal type volume. This was recorded earlier on today when I first got the phone in this cinematic mode, so you can find out what it actually is like down, well, in a second. So I'm sorry headphone users, this may be loud or it may not be. We'll find out. 1 2 1 2. This is a test using the camera on the iPhone 15. This is and of course we're back to the Insta360 Go 3S. Of course I was recording on the iPhone, which is exactly how I was recording in the cinematic mode, which actually was okay. So apart from the Facebook login issue, I have also noticed one major thing about this that is kind of concerning. I think it has already burnt my finger because it's overheated when it was charging. So I've got to be very careful when it's charging about where it's going to be placed, because of course the last thing I want to do is catch fire to anywhere where I place it. So I also probably need to put a case on it so I don't burn my fingers again, because that was sore. I believe I still got a blister on my index finger. When I say I've got a blister on my index finger, I believe that little white mark there is from the iPhone. Ignore the crumb. That's it. Fin.